For centuries, the fear of witchcraft cast a long shadow over Britain. In 1563, witchcraft became a capital offence under Queen Elizabeth I. This fear peaked during King James I's reign, a monarch deeply suspicious of the occult. In 1604, he enacted the Witchcraft Statute, intensifying the persecution of suspected witches. The law empowered authorities to root out and punish those trafficking with dark forces. Fear and superstition fueled accusations, often targeting the vulnerable. The law, meant to protect, became a tool of persecution, legitimizing witch hunts. These laws, born out of fear, shaped the course of witch hunts for generations. Who were the victims of this widespread panic? Overwhelmingly, they were the most vulnerable members of society. Elderly women, often living alone and reliant on charity, became easy targets for accusations. Poverty played a significant role in their persecution. Women who relied on the goodwill of their neighbors for sustenance could easily become scapegoats during times of hardship. Even owning a pet, particularly a cat, could arouse suspicion. Cats, often independent and aloof, were seen as potential familiars, demonic companions that aided witches in their dark magic. The image of the witch, often depicted as a hag-like figure with a hooked nose and wart-ridden skin, became ingrained in the public consciousness. This caricature, far removed from the reality of the accused, served to dehumanize them, making it easier for their neighbors to accept, even participate in, their persecution. The trials of accused witches were far removed from any semblance of justice. Torture, often brutal and inhumane, was routinely employed to extract confessions. One particularly gruesome device was the pilney-winks, also known as thumbscrews. These instruments, as their name suggests, were designed to crush the thumbs of the accused, inflicting excruciating pain. Another horrific tool was the Caspi claws, heated iron shackles clamped onto the legs, searing the flesh and leaving victims permanently disfigured. The swimming test offered a perverse spectacle, a public display of cruelty masquerading as a test of faith. The accused, bound hand and foot, was thrown into a river or pond. If she sank, she was deemed innocent, having been accepted by the water. However, if she floated, it was seen as proof of witchcraft. The search for devil's marks added another layer of barbarity to these trials. Any unusual blemish on the body could be interpreted as a sign of satanic influence. Between 1644 and 1646, a dark chapter in British witch hunts unfolded. Matthew Hopkins, the self-proclaimed witchfinder general, rose to prominence, leaving death and despair in his wake. Hopkins exploited the public's fear of witchcraft for personal gain. He traveled from town to town, charging hefty fees to root out suspected witches. His methods, both cunning and cruel, included psychological manipulation and physical torture. Sleep deprivation was one of his favored tactics. Hopkins believed keeping witches awake would weaken their resolve. The East Anglia witch fever of 1645 to 1646 stands as a chilling testament to his reign of terror. Hopkins' methods, though discredited, left an indelible stain on these communities. While the fear of witchcraft fueled persecution and violence, it also coexisted with a more nuanced fascination with magic and prophecy. One figure who embodied this complex relationship was Mother Shipton, a legendary soothsayer who lived in Knaresborough, Yorkshire in the 16th century. Unlike those accused of witchcraft, Mother Shipton was not persecuted for her supposed powers. Instead, she was sought out for her prophecies, her ability to glimpse into the future, both revered and feared. Mother Shipton's predictions, often cryptic and open to interpretation, captured the public's imagination. Her legacy, passed down through generations, serves as a reminder of the enduring human fascination with the mystical, the desire to believe in something beyond the realm of the ordinary. Mother Shipton's story highlights the duality of beliefs surrounding magic and the supernatural in this era. The tide of persecution began to recede in the late 17th century as reason and skepticism slowly chipped away at the foundations of fear and superstition. The Witchcraft Act of 1736 marked a significant turning point, repealing the previous legislation that had legitimized the hunting of witches for over a century. This act, rather than criminalizing witchcraft, made it an offense to claim that others possessed magical powers or to pretend to have such powers oneself. However, the end of the witch hunts did not signal the end of fear or suspicion towards those deemed different. Occasional cases of persecution continued to surface, a testament to the enduring power of superstition and the deep-seated human tendency to seek scapegoats for misfortune. The legacy of the witch hunts lingered, a dark shadow cast over communities long after the legal framework that enabled them had crumbled. The fear, once given legitimacy by law, continued to find expression in whispers, accusations, and, in these tragic cases, violence. The witch hunts of Britain stand as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power, fear-mongering, and the human capacity for cruelty. This dark chapter of history, though seemingly distant, holds a chilling relevance in the modern world. The persecution of individuals based on unfounded accusations fueled by societal anxieties and a thirst for scapegoats sadly transcends time and place. The witch hunts serve as a cautionary tale, urging us to confront prejudice and discrimination in all its forms. They remind us of the importance of critical thinking, of questioning narratives that demonize and dehumanize others. Only by confronting the darkness of our past can we hope to build a future free from fear and persecution.